All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland. Hope you're all having a good day. It's Tuesday. It's a little bit raw out there. Where is spring, by the way? It has not been. I keep promising that it's going to come quickly, but ugly night last night. Rain, and Red Sox actually got rained out. They're playing right now, your Boston Red Sox, and trailing 3-2. As I look at the old phone there, Chris Sale gave up 2 runs left in a tie game, but he will not get the win today. So the Red Sox trying to find their footing this afternoon at Fenway Park. Big Boston sports night, of course. Well, you got a doubleheader for the Red Sox. You got this game right now and then the game tonight, but also the Boston Bruins with Game 7. Now, some people say it's the most exciting thing in sports, hockey Game 7. So that is coming up tonight. Good luck to the Boston Bruins over at the Garden. Place should be rocking. I guess it's hockey weather out there, right? They play indoors. So, but I don't know. I think we're at least turning the corner on the warm front. I don't expect any more freezing days. But yeah, big sports night again tonight. A lot going on in the world. Of course, we have the horrible explosions in Sri Lanka. Death toll was climbed over 320 at last check. Very sad situation. I know there's a lot of security stepped up at churches around here, Boston, all that stuff. Pretty much every major city whenever these things happen. You have stepped up security, but that's the deal, of course, in Boston and New York City and Chicago and all these places. So, that is that. The campaign 2020 is getting ridiculous. We have a North Shore congressman, Seth Moulton, actually entered his name for president for 2020. That's an interesting candidate, of course. Former Marine, combat veteran, 4 tours in Iraq, and also got a Bronze Star, also a Bronze Star recipient. Congressman Seth Moulton is, and now in the race for the presidency with like 19 others. So that is going to be interesting to see how they set that up. How are they going to fit all those people on the debate stages? I don't know. Seems like a tough project. But Seth Moulton enters the race. Of course, you got a couple other New England ties there. You got Senator Elizabeth Warren, Senator Sanders, Vermont, and Bill Weld threw his name in too, former governor. So a lot of New England, Massachusetts angles there in the race for presidency. It should be crazy as they all try to unseat President Trump in 2020. But so it was a busy day on the campaign front. Maybe we'll get into that a little bit with our guest today. Our guest is going to be somebody we bring in every few months, kind of get a feel for the city, see what's going on. Really nobody to ask better than the mayor. We'll have Mayor Donna Holliday on in just a few minutes. I think we do this pretty much. I think we're on maybe a few times a year, maybe every 3 or 4 months we have the mayor on. So looking forward to that. Got some good topics to talk with her about. I'll ask her about Seth Moulton too. I'm not sure if she knows Congressman Seth Moulton. I'm sure they've met. I'm not sure how strong that relationship is. Both Democrats, of course, but very interesting. Always fun to talk with Newburyport Mayor Donna Holliday. Don't forget our show is both radio and TV. They're available on-demand streaming on your YouTube channel and our SoundCloud. To reach our YouTube channel, you're going to want to go to ncmhub.org. N is in Nancy, C is in Charlie, M is in Mum, HUB, hub.org, ncmhub.org, and click on the YouTube icon on the top right of the page. To reach our SoundCloud, you're going to go on, again, NCM Hub, go there, and click on the cloud icon on the top right of the page. So there you go. Thank you for Tyler for writing that out for me. Producer Tyler Neufeld keeps trying to remind me to promote this stuff, but yes, both radio and TV available on demand, streaming on our YouTube channel and our SoundCloud. So make sure you do that. It's a good way to stay interactive with the show. If you miss it, I know not everybody can always make this 3 o'clock half-hour deal, but it is a good way to do it. And of course, we always try to stay active on our Twitter page as well, at Joppa Afternoons. That is at JOPPA afternoons.com. .com. Why did I say .com? At Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. At Joppa Afternoons on Twitter. That's the Twitter handle. So give us a search on Twitter, and feel free to shoot us any questions during the even during the show. But I am checking it during the show. People will probably see me looking at my phone a lot. I'm always interested to see if people are gonna maybe have a question for a guest that I haven't thought of, which does happen. So it's especially good when, a lot of the young athletes and all that stuff, you'll have like maybe a friend on, or maybe we've actually had moments where we've had, a certain sports team in, and we've had somebody from one of the other teams ask questions, which is always kind of funny. Or another fun moment is when we have, guys that have graduated that are bored and at college and tuning into the show, watching guys that they used to play sports with or whatever, and they'll kind of send us a tweet from college and ask their former teammates and whatever. So that's always fun moments as well. Of course, locally, the spring sports season is underway, and that means busy times. People are starting to think about proms and graduation for the seniors and all that good stuff. Again, even though it really doesn't feel like it, I think in a month the whole weather thing is going to feel completely different. But it's kind of tough to think about proms and graduation when it still hasn't really had the heart of spring yet. But it is coming. It certainly is. In the one thing I had the last weekend. I'm taking the dogs to the beach. At least most beaches, they close you off for dogs. Right around pretty much last weekend, they were all kind of closed off for dogs. But that was one of the fun things for me late winter, to take the dogs to the beach and let them run. Again, can't do that. I guess now they kind of close it off because people theoretically could start going to the beach, and they don't want the dogs to interrupt with the people. But anyway, that's the deal on that front. This past weekend, I hope you had a good Easter. I had a good Easter. Stayed locally. Both families, my family, my wife's family, and luckily for me, they're all in the same town, all North Shore families, so you didn't have to do too much traveling. I remember we used to go out Western Mass on Easter Sunday. We don't really do it anymore, but I used to drive all the way back, and that ride from the Pike used to be brutal on Sunday afternoon Easter. I'm sure some of you had to deal with that, but and it was a very busy Easter Sunday as well, of course, with all those sports games, the Bruins staying alive, Celtics closing out the Pacers. That was fun on Sunday. Red Sox got a win on Sunday, so it was a fun Easter Sunday on that front. And a lot of people were sitting back, putting the feet up, and after Easter dinner or whatever you did, we were just kind of hanging out watching some Boston sports. But yes, hope you had a good Easter. Easter Sunday, always a fun holiday. Did you see the video, by the way, of the fight? I don't even know where in the country that was. I was just watching it on my way in, but it's been circulating around. All you have to do is go to the internet and search Easter Bunny fight. You'll see it. There was some brawl, and the guy in an Easter Bunny costume was throwing haymakers, which was kind of hilarious. But that's neither here nor there. I wasn't planning on getting into that too often. We have Lily Dissett in the house. She's producing the radio side today. Tyler Neufeld also helping produce the radio side. And again, thank you, Tyler, for this nice little write-up on the SoundCloud and YouTube channel. Make sure you tune in at ncmhub.org. David Neufeld out there as well, producing the TV side. Hello to everybody watching on TV and streaming on our YouTube station and NCM Hub. We appreciate it very much. I'm going to get out of the way. We'll be joined in just a few minutes by the Mayor of Newburyport, Donna Holliday. Looking forward to that. Keep it here. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. All right, welcome back to Afternoon Drive here on Joppa Radio. My name is Drew Moholland as we await the Mayor, Donna Holliday. They get busy, of course, as you know, so running a bit behind, but we're going to bring in Tyler Neufeld for a second. Producer segment early on, Tyler. How are you?
I'm good.
New time slot for you. What's going on?
No, it's always a new time slot.
It's true. It's the great thing about the producer segment, right? Look at you. He's spinning. Look at some.
I think I made this worse.
Are you doing microphone tricks over there?
Yeah.
Keep that camera on Tyler for a second. Look at him. Look at this microphone. He's like, my goodness, I can fix it.
It'll be good. Oh, there we go.
Always a producer, even when on the radio, trying to fix things. How you doing?
Good. Yeah.
Good weekend?
Weekend. Let's think. What was this weekend?
Easter. We had Easter weekend. Family.
I do have family.
Just spend it with the family?
Yeah, no, it was nice. My parents came back they had a trip recently.
Okay.
To Paris.
Oh.
And my sister went to the UK.
And they all came back for Easter.
And
You guys got a traveling family. You travel a lot too.
Honestly, we don't.
Oh, really?
I travel. They don't. My
Okay.
dad, this is the second time my dad has gone to Europe in his life.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And the first time was 5 years ago.
Yeah.
4 years ago.
It's kind of a later in life thing sometimes. People like to make sure they see the world at as they become adults, all fancy European trips. Well, that's good. What'd you guys do? What'd you eat? Did you do brunch, lunch, dinner?
We did brunch.
Yeah.
My mother spilled my mimosa on me.
Spilled what?
She spilled my mimosa on me.
Oh, no.
Not my fault.
That is not good.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's sad.
Yeah.
Did you make another one?
No.
No?
No.
Why?
Ooh, we were out of champagne.
It's the only acceptable answer there, I would think. Well, that's too bad. I did I was actually on the alcohol duty for my family this year. I did, we
Making
made
drinks?
I did. I'm being weird though, because I've been telling you about that, silly, you got to be careful with like the, I'm not really doing the carbs. So there's very few mixies you can do.
Oh.
So I kind of have to be a little selfish and also think about the other people too. So we just did like mixed drinks. Vodka. You know what I found?
What?
People kind of look down upon this, but the like the Red Bull, they make like the and Monster, all those things.
Yeah.
They have like the no sugar varieties, and those tend to be a little bit healthier. Although people say there's a lot of other crap in them, but
Yeah, I mean, you're better off not drinking that.
well, depends what you're going for, Ty. There's no carbs. You don't drink any of that stuff, the Red Bulls?
No, live fast, I guess.
I can't. Well, here's the thing. I'm not one of those guys that can just drink one by themselves, though. I think it's disgusting. But if you put a little bit into like a drink, I find it to be a nice little kind of cut.
Yeah, I just can't do it. I mean, they can't have a lot of caffeine anymore. I don't think they're allowed to.
Yeah, I think they're all within.
They used to have a bunch.
Yeah. Remember the drink you brought? Actually, I bet you're too young for this because I think they stopped making it.
What?
I could be wrong. Surge. Does that ring a bell at all?
I think they have it in stores. As
Do
a
they still have
throwback. I don't think it's the same recipe.
Because I remember being a kid. I'm 32, so people my age will remember Surge. It was like this big when I was in like elementary school.
It's got like the big splat, right?
Yeah, green, I think.
Yeah.
And it was, I remember having that one day for like the very first time. It was all the talk. You have some Surge. It was like, you get all crazy. I remember having it. I went a night as like a fifth grader and could not sleep. My dad was like, "Oh my God, you tried that stuff, didn't you?"
Yeah, oh boy.
Crazy. That was great. And now I drink Starbucks coffee, which I'm sure is a million times stronger than Surge ever was.
Yeah, if you get a dark roast, it has over, it's the equivalent of like 3 cups of coffee.
A dark roast at
Starbucks,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do a good job over there.
Yeah,
I'm a
they
Starbucks
they
guy.
hook you up with the caffeine.
I have it's funny. I used to work near a Starbucks when we were in Brighton and like right down the street.
Mm-hmm.
So we would make our coffee runs, and I seriously know what addiction is because of Starbucks. Like when you start having it every day, I will have headaches if I don't have like I don't. It's all I drink. I'm not even like people call me a coffee snob. I'm really just a Starbucks snob. It's all I drink. I don't drink anything else. And
No,
yeah,
you don't make your own coffee ever?
none. Nope. Unless it's like if we're going away and there's not a Starbucks, I will bring a bag of Starbucks just to prepare. My other trick is I get they're not open in the morning when I go to work because I go in very early.
Yeah, you're
very
early.
My other trick is I will get iced coffee the night before and no ice.
And then put it in the fridge.
Put my
freezer.
own, or no, just fridge. Put my own ice in the next morning.
Okay.
Get it in the Yeti.
Oh, it keeps it nice and cool.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Those things are great. You use a Yeti?
Well, I just kind of drink out of the cooler we have here. I just drink water.
Yeah, you guys got a cooler here, which is
Not
nice.
the water.
We have a cooler here, but you guys are here more than I am.
Yeah.
That's a nice. But the Yeti, I will close that thing, and as long as the lid's closed, that ice will last me all day long.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, it's not a thermos, but it's the same idea as a thermos.
Indeed, I actually drove off with one on my. I got one for Christmas, and what do you call that? A Yankee swap, where you do the
when you take the gift and it gets kind of
passed
aggressive.
around.
Love that.
Yeah, so I ended up with one of those, which was actually a really great Yankee swap gift because I would not have bought a Yeti for myself.
Yeah,
so that's kind of what you're looking for in those, something that you wouldn't usually get, and then I fell in love with it, and then I drove off with it on my roof, like 2 weeks later, and
did it break?
I think so. I just did I go back for that? Yeah, I did. I went back. It broke, and I went back for it, and then it was useless. Yeah, it was. But I had to go get another one because I was like, you know what? Now I'm a Yeti guy.
There you go.
So anyway, I'm not sure how we got there.
Yeti man.
Yeti man. What was that character? The Christmas movie. You know what I'm talking about?
not the abominable. Stone.
Yeah, abominable. That's right. It's a
Abominable.
tough word to say,
Abominable.
but you get it.
Abominable. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a lot of syllables.
Oh, we'll look it up later.
Oh man, favorite Christmas movie? What is it?
Ooh, favorite. Can we start with favorite Christmas movie that doesn't count as a Christmas movie, but
Sure.
I guess Die Hard.
I was gonna say Die Hard.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's
I
a good
think it's a
one.
Christmas movie. Epic debate.
I think we've talked about this, but
Probably around Christmas time,
yeah.
which makes more sense.
another one that I really like that isn't a Christmas movie, but this Christmas in it all the time, and ABC plays it all the time.
Yeah.
Is the Harry Potter movies, or at least the early ones, because
I have never done the whole Harry Potter thing. Never done it.
I guess it's very much a generational thing, I think, as well.
Yeah.
And people still love it, and like kids nowadays love it. But I'm gonna sound like a snob, but if you didn't read the books, the movies aren't as good.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's the case in so many cases, right?
Lord of the Rings, actually,
You like the movies better?
I do.
Really?
I do.
That's
And I like the books. It's just that they're long.
Yeah, they are. Well, what are we at on Harry Potter's?
The ones in spin-offs or in just the actual franchise?
The actual franchise.
There's 8. There's 7 books, and they split the last book into 2 movies.
Wow. So are you one of those guys? Are you reading those as soon as they come out?
They're all done.
I know, but did you read them
So
in real time?
well, not fully in real time, because
Yeah.
the first one came out, I think it was like 1.
Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, that's true.
the first
Has
book,
it been that long?
it has been that long.
Wow.
97
97.
was the first year it came out.
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. Or was it 95? I think it was 97.
Huh.
But the first one I read by myself was actually the first full book I read by myself. It was The Goblet of Fire.
Wow. Well, that's cool.
I think it was 6 or 7.
Did you
Maybe 5, probably 6.
on that kind of not I guess what is that? Is that a fantasy like what
Yeah,
is that
it's
okay?
definitely fantasy.
I don't want to offend any of the Harry Potter people out there.
I mean, it is fantasy.
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
thank
what do you call it?
Well, I don't know. I don't read the books.
There's wizards.
Okay, so now that leads me to my next point. Do you do Game of Thrones?
I saw the season premiere of episode 6, and that's the only episode I've
Are
ever
you
seen.
starting there? Are you? Let me tell you, sir,
very
that is going to
confused.
be a tough one to
Really
to
hard to
catch
get into
up
that.
on.
Yeah.
It turns out I was confused after missing the first 5 seasons. Lily, did you do Game of Thrones?
Similar situation. I watched 1.5 seasons and then watched season 8 last weekend.
You did 1.5 seasons. Okay, guys.
Real jump. Okay.
So let's catch you up here right away. This is not a series that you can
No, it's not.
you can miss full chunks of seasons.
I tried reading the first book.
Oh, you went book.
I got 150 pages into it.
Yeah.
It's hard. Like the characters, it changes perspectives. Every people are going to take offense here. I think his writing style, at its best, is really good, but at its worst, it's terrible. And in the first chapter, or like the prologue, when they have, I think it's the Night Watch, and they're what's the other side of the wall called?
Yeah.
I forget.
The others.
It's just the other side of the wall. The
yeah.
North.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, they're like, they have a few people up there. They're not any important characters, and they get killed by the
The wall protects the north.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they get killed by the
The White Walkers.
the
were
White
attacking,
Walkers.
Yeah.
And the first 3 pages of that book are absolute. They're just terrible.
Madness.
And you turn they're like written so poorly, and then you turn the page, and it's like someone else is writing. It's way better. And then you get to the next chapter, and it's back to that crappy writing
Wow.
style again, and then it changes again.
What an interesting perspective.
I think he had a bad editor,
Wow.
or maybe he's just. It's there's no consistency.
See, it's funny. As popular as this show is,
Mm-hmm.
I have not met many people that have actually given that book a chance.
No,
That's funny.
I mean you'd be surprised at actually how many people haven't read the Harry Potter books either.
Really.
Yeah, a lot of people. They know the movies.
It is such a popular show.
Yeah, it's
Crazy popular.
It's crazy popular. Like even Fender made 3 guitars for the show.
I heard about that.
It's
yeah.
weird.
It's crazy, isn't it? They're pretty. Actually, we did a story today. I was reading up on today. Hang on one second. And just the Mayor Holiday checking in. She's going to be about 10, 15 minutes. So you have more time, Tyler.
Okay.
But I believe it's budget stuff going on today at the mayor's office. So.
Oh yeah.
Sounds riveting, doesn't it?
Sounds fun.
I hope she does a great job with it. We did a story today about how people are branding Game of Thrones in like every way. If you whatever just any products. People are throwing the Game of Thrones logo, not people, but Game of Thrones is making money. It's just crazy. And there's a great example, the Fender guitars.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. And I don't know how many they've made. I don't know if they made one of each or if they made like a couple, but they're really, really ridiculously expensive because I looked into it because I'm curious how much are they?
Yeah.
They're insanely expensive.
Hey, my guitar. I have a. I think I had it out in the living room, and I think I'm not completely blaming my wife. I'm gonna blame the dogs, but I think my wife witnessed it. I believe one of them knocked my guitar over. I get a ringing in the strings right now. You know,
It's acoustic.
It's a
right?
rattling, yeah, acoustic.
Did you notice it overnight, or is it?
I hadn't picked it up in like a week.
Could be
so-
temperature.
I don't think so.
I don't know. They're wood.
Yeah.
They change. I just had to bring mine up to a place in Portsmouth because I was playing it and it started to fret out.
Yeah.
And
It's temperature, huh?
temperature
I do know,
does it.
I know it does. I'm surprised because it hasn't been that drastic yet. It's not like
And there've been some like really. Last week there's some really warm days. It was like in the 70s and it's gone back down a little
so.
bit.
You think just leaving my guitar in the living room during this time period here?
Is it near a window at all?
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, it actually can do it.
Really?
Yep. And you can also get. I have another guitar and I leave it underneath my skylight, and I had it all set up and stuff, and I picked it up the other day and it had. They call it fret sprout.
Fret sprout.
I'm
I
gonna
actually have
bore-
not heard that.
I'm gonna bore all these people with guitar stuff, but
Make it interesting. Really sell it.
so what happens is the wood of the neck shrinks, but the metal doesn't because it's sturdy and doesn't really
Yeah.
contract a lot, and the fret ends stick out, and so you run your hand up and down the fretboard, you have these bumps. It sprouts out, and like you cut yourself on the frets.
Okay.
So then you either have to put it back into an environment that it was in before, and the wood will expand, or B, just file them down. So I had to get them filed down.
Wow.
But it'll shift like in the seasons.
Interesting. And those are easy fixes though. Is that considered an easy fix in the guitar world?
I mean, I've done it myself in the past. I
Yeah.
had an old Yamaha. What was a new
That's
Yamaha?
what I got. I got the Yamaha.
Yeah, I had it, and like a few of the frets were sticking out, and I just filed them down.
Yeah.
I did it clumsily, but it worked. I just wanted it's an older guitar, so I wanted it
Gotcha.
to be done a bit better.
Would you know the issue if I brought it in? Can I bring this into you Thursday?
Yeah, I'll probably know.
I'll probably know.
I won't be able to fix it, but I can be like, oh, this is the issue.
Is the band still together, by the way, after your all over the place gig that you told me about in New York City?
Yeah, we have another one next week.
No, we're at
Some basement.
some basement in New York City.
No, it's not in New York. It's in New Jersey.
Oh,
I guess it's like a
across the river to the other side,
across the pond.
as the great Tom Waits once said.
Yeah.
You know that song? Can you name that song?
No.
It's an oldie. Jersey Girl.
Okay. I'm a big. I love
Tonight
what
we're
is
gonna
Swordfish
take that ride.
trombones.
Yep.
That's a good album. Underground
right.
that's a applicable song. I'm playing Underground. The song Underground. Tom Waits.
There you go. Can you sing like Tom Waits?
Yeah,
You ever hear his?
Doesn't sound like I've been smoking for 30 years.
He was fascinating, though. I love him. I mean,
Is he passed away?
yeah. Tell me.
No, wait a minute. He was just in that that Netflix thing, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Sure?
Scrubs. Someone help me out
Are
here.
you sure?
Yeah, he totally was.
You might be right.
He was
I'm
the
looking.
the
I
one
gave
in
that cringe look when I said that.
he was they like talking about the pocket, old like Mr. Pocket.
I have no idea
Did you
what you're
see-
talking about, but
Lily,
that's
did
okay.
you see that? The Ballad of Buster Scruggs.
Yeah, I think he's still going.
I think he's still kicking. Yeah,
Yeah.
scared me there.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't mean to scare you. You shouldn't do stuff like that. let me see how old he is, though.
He's old.
1949, so 49, 51.
Oh, he's younger than I thought.
Hey, it's not bad. 70,
I thought
70,
he was born
71.
like the 30s.
Why did I think he passed away? Who passed away today? I always confuse Tom Waits with. It's tough to confuse Tom
Lou
Waits,
Reed?
but no. Just when he passed away, I can't remember. But it's not the first time I've done that. Tom Waits, he passed away, right? No, he didn't.
No, he did not.
He did not. He's I don't think he tours much, but
I don't know.
when was the last time I saw him? I saw him like doing a TV special one day. And it is funny because you play Tom Waits for somebody like who doesn't know, and they get caught off guard. They're like, "What is going on here?" No. But just take it in.
Just
Listen.
wait. Just wait.
If it's not your thing, it can go pretty rough.
Oh, it can be pretty jarring, but he's great.
Yeah, he's got some really great stuff. I remember listening to what was that album? I'm gonna look it up on Spotify right now. It's one album that I absolutely love of his. Hang on, wait for it. Do you have a favorite
album?
Yeah,
The only one I really know is
that one.
Yeah, Swordfish Trombone.
How'd you get into Tom Waits? I was gonna say that must be an influence, right? Somebody usually has to introduce you to him.
Yeah, it was my best friend in middle school and high school. He one day went down to Dino, I think, and he bought the record and he just played it. And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
That is crazy. I'm trying to remember the name of that album. You're in Jersey this weekend, though. You're gonna do like
next weekend.
Next weekend.
This weekend I'm in New York.
This week in New York.
I'm recording this week.
Oh, solo project or band?
A band.
You should do a solo project. That would be fun.
I'm paying.
I'm pushing you to do a solo project.
I do have 2 songs I'm working on. I could just be like, you know what? I'm paying for it. Let's we got some extra time. Let's record a quick demo.
Why don't you just debut them here first?
Yeah.
You know you're in Jersey. Might I make a suggestion as your new band manager?
Yeah, sure.
I say you do I know you're not big on covers, but I say you mix up the set list and throw in a little Springsteen or...
Yeah. Who's another big...
You like Atlantic City.
I do love Atlantic City.
Great song, right?
It's a phenomenal song.
E minor, G, D, A, I think. What are you thinking?
Is it your phone that's making that noise?
What
Oh,
noise?
yeah, it is near the board. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't. You got better ears than me. What happened?
Yeah, it sounded... there's like interference going on.
Oh, interference.
Yeah. It happens also like if you put your phone on a certain spot on an amp.
Should we do it again? No.
No, let's not.
Let's not do that. Don't do that. Again, Tyler Neufeld here joining us as we await the mayor of Newburyport, Donna Holliday, going to jump on in. She's just finishing up and apologize for being behind. She had a budget meeting, so we'll wait for the mayor and we'll get to her as soon as she walks in the door. I will condense that interview and we'll touch on a lot of topics in a very short period of time, assuming the budget meeting ends. I guess you can never be so sure with a budget meeting.
I don't know about budget meetings, but some of these city council meetings, I don't think this is, but they go long.
I can imagine the budget. I can imagine things being tied up.
Yeah, well, budget meetings, they're kind of important.
People like to make sure they're knowing what they're talking about on the budget front.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if at the meetings they decide whether that's where money gets allocated, if they take the vote on it or not. But if it is, makes sense it might go over.
You would think so. Speaking of over, not over, but
over the
not a good shape. Boston Red Sox in action right now, losing 6-3.
Oh,
on a day when Chris Sale was pitching. 6-3 Tigers in game 1 of a doubleheader today. Downpoured last night. Sox got canceled, postponed till today. Did you feel that rain?
Did I?
Yeah, did you wake up? It was loud last night. A lot of rain.
Oh yeah, it was nice. Well, I'm in my room. It's relaxing.
It was nice in your room.
Yeah, it was cozy.
Good to know. You like a good rainstorm, do you?
Yeah, as long as I'm
under your covers.
Yeah, or if some people, they say walking in the rain is kind of, it's not pleasant, but it can be nice and it's not cold out.
You know who didn't find it to be pleasant?
The Red Sox.
Yes, well, who knows? Maybe they wanted the night off, but no. There was a family on Boylston Street in Jamaica Plain, who actually was a triple decker, so several families. Big roof leak. Oh. That doesn't sound like fun in a rainstorm, does it? Evacuations, Red Cross on board. Not good. Not a good time. What else happened today? Roads were terrible this morning. Very wet. Just add rain. That's the saying in the business.
Hydroplaning.
Bad traffic.
It's a thing.
Just add rain. It is, I understand. Rain makes things difficult on the road. I get it. But is it me or do just people not know how to drive in the rain?
It's like definitely a combination. Have people.
Is it like New Englander rage here for me? I just feel like
it's a bit, but it's not unfounded because you have some people who treat it like you don't change anything at all.
Yeah.
When you should be a bit more careful, but you have other people treat it like there's 6 feet of snow on the ground and you can't go faster than.
And snow too. I mean, like perfectly plowed roads, or just a little flurry of snow. It's like madness.
I've driven behind people on the highway when there's snow on the ground and perfectly plowed.
Yeah.
And they're going 20.
Yeah.
That's, first of all, you can't do that. That's under the minimum, but they'll do it.
Yeah. I don't understand. I think I'm a decent driver. Very very clean record.
Is there any wood around here?
For those, well, you have people. There are people who scare me driving.
Oh yeah.
I have a cousin I don't want to drive with. It's a little. It's more of a focus issue.
Yeah.
Stay focused. You know,
Eyes on the road.
eyes on the road.
You'd be paying attention too.
No texting. I do notice that too.
Oh yeah.
The if you ever like take it like just look around at like a stoplight or something, I can't. I do feel like it's a millennial thing too. Any like person my age that I see at a stoplight has their phone. Like,
Oh yeah.
That's
They're sending a text.
it's terrible.
I'll see it all the time as well.
You see it all the time too. Yeah.
I'll see people on the highway. They're just driving. They're cruising. They're
85. You know, one
they're
day,
going 85. Yep.
one day at work, I don't know how it felt like slow motion, but we were going like 60. I remember looking down like, wow, we're moving. It's on the way to work. I remember when I was working normal hours back in the day, and I'm driving in, and I look, and this woman had a coffee in one hand. She had the phone on like the dash, and I could see because she was like, talking to somebody. I don't think she was yelling at herself. I did see her phone though. Like I said, all in slow
Coffee
motion.
one hand, phone
And she had like she was doing her makeup with the left hand. I was like, what is steering the vehicle?
How are you
Like,
driving?
it was crazy.
And she's like looking in the mirror then to do her makeup.
Yeah,
or-
that's the thing. That just looking, they're going like this, eyes and all that stuff. Coffee, talking to what I believe was somebody on speakerphone on the phone. Crazy. I assume her knees were steering
Hopefully
the
at least
steering
keeping
wheel.
it-
It seemed like she was steady Eddie, but
Dang.
man,
That's the most intense one I've seen. Doesn't compare with that. It's just a guy eating a bowl of cereal.
oh, I've seen breakfasts. Yeah,
Yeah, but like at least they're kind
Yeah.
of it's not recommended.
it's not recommended.
They have at least some sort of focus going.
There is something too, like the fact that I know that the trip to work is really hard for some people. Like some people have ridiculously hard commutes, just long days. I don't know how people do it. How do you do 2 hours to and from work? It's 4 hours a day,
Oh, I had a professor.
20 hours a week.
Yeah,
Come on the road, traffic.
I had a 20. Yeah, no, I had a. You got me confused here. I have a professor that used to commute from New York to DC sometimes to teach at other schools.
New York to DC.
It's
How
4
many
hours.
days a week?
Like 2.
Okay, so at least it's 2.
But like it's a 4-hour train ride.
Yeah,
You would take the train as well, but that's insane.
it is insane. Except, at least I can justify you're on the train, so you're not behind a wheel. You can use it as like office hours.
You
Get some work done.
You can.
So much, Wi-Fi access on trains and everything.
Yeah, not real.
Not
I mean,
real.
No, I mean yes, but no. Have you tried to do work on a train that needs internet connection? They throttle it down to, it's like 10 megabytes
Yeah.
per second or something, which
So
sounds big.
what's
but
the
it's not.
Amtrak one? That's the good one, the
Excella?
Excella. That
So-
that
bad
worked out
Wi-Fi.
well for me last time.
Oh really? When
Yeah.
was the last time you took it?
That was like 2 years ago. I'm not a big train guy. I usually drive to New York City when I do it.
Yeah. I mean, I like taking the train, but I usually have like 4 bags, and
Yeah.
they give you 1 or 2.
Yeah. You
So-
need your own car. Musicians traveling, throw it in the trunk.
Yeah, this weekend when I go down, I have to drive to Stratford, and then I hop on the metro, and then I go from the metro to.
How is New York train life these days? By the way, people are really complaining about the commuter rail in around these parts these days. A lot of issues.
Up here?
Yeah. Just always issues. Always something.
I mean,
Is New York more reliable? That's my end all.
New York keeps going, but New York's always a mess.
Yeah.
So, for example, the subway is an absolute. I won't say the word, but it shouldn't be running, but it is running.
Yeah.
And you'll have. I know that the system has been in place since the 60s.
Yeah.
It used to be top of the line. It was the subway system, and now it is 50 years behind.
Well, Boston's older than that, though.
Yeah.
Boston's probably, it's got to be worse. I feel like New York is better than Boston.
Boston's cleaner. I'll give it that.
Yes, I think you're right about that. But that's just general, just New York City being bigger, I think.
Well, it's also because the T shuts down and the New York subway doesn't shut down.
Oh, that's true. 24.
They
yeah.
shut down some spots,
Yeah.
but it never shuts down.
You know, it's with Bruins Game 7 tonight. Here's a funny T story for you. So I'm at the best sporting event I ever been to was Game 7, Bruins Lightning. Best hockey game I ever been. Best sporting event I ever watched. Great game. Bruins won, and they went to the Stanley Cup.
Oh.
So it was at the Boston Garden. Game 7. What year was that? 2011? So I'm there with my dad. It was a good combination. My dad, my cousin who I'm very close with, and my uncle who I'm very close with. And we went out and just had a grand old time afterwards. It was just it was just Mardi Gras on the streets. It was just every place staying open past longer than they 2 o'clock Boston. I think it's 2 o'clock in Boston.
2?
It's 1 or 2.
Okay.
I think it's 1 actually. I think it's 1.
I think so. I know in town here it's technically 1, but every place closes by like 12 or 12:30.
Yeah. So I think most of them in Boston are 1. There's been pushes to keep it open longer. I think they should, by the way. That might be a topic for another day.
New York does 4.
What's that?
New York
does 4 exactly, and it's I think very good for. Doesn't matter.
But we'll keep going.
But so we get out. This is my tea story. We get out and we had how was I getting back? I guess we were all taking the tea to like my uncle's car. So we run out. We're like, all right, that's it. We got to get going. It was Easter the next day. That tells you what time of year it was. We had Easter brunch the next day. And we went to the T right outside North Station. I think it's still there. They've reconfigured it a lot, but it comes up on the street. So we walk in, we hustle over, we go to take the T, and the whole thing's shut down, locked, and just you can't get in. Yeah. And we all look at each other and we go, "What time is it?" And it was well past T running time.
What was it, like 3, 4?
No, but
2?
I mean, I think they shut down before. I think they shut down at like midnight.
Midnight to like 1-ish.
Yeah.
They kind of like.
But like I said, the bars were kind of staying open a little later, and we had stayed our.
The tea, they do their own thing.
They didn't care about that at the time, but yeah, it was hilarious, and we all it was just my uncle actually grabbed the door, the process of just opening and just having it go nowhere, and his look of shock. Yeah. You had to find a I don't think they had Uber. Did they have Uber in 2011? We had to take a taxi home.
Maybe, probably not.
Yeah, but go Bruins tonight. You gonna watch that hockey game? Bruins Maple Leafs Game 7. You should watch it. There's not a better sporting event out there than Game 7 hockey.
Game 7 hockey.
Yeah.
If they win, what happens?
If they win, they move on to the next series.
How far in the series are they right now?
This is it. It goes 7.
No, I mean like.
Oh, it's the first round.
Okay.
Yeah. NHL playoffs are a long haul, but they have a real path to go to the Stanley Cup. They could actually do it if they get through the series. And if they lose.
They lose. Well, I mean, there's only 2 options. It's win or lose, right?
Yes, there is. That's a fine point about Game 7.
Actually, can you draw?
No.
Okay.
Not in
the playoffs?
Not in playoff hockey.
Okay.
No. And even in the regular season, you get they have a funky system. You used to be able to tie, but now you play for an extra point, and you get 2 points for a win, and you play for an extra point by going to a shootout. So.
Oh, kind of like a penalty kicks.
Penalty kicks, yeah, a little different. Penalty kicks are. Yeah, it's not as frowned upon as penalty kicks. Like pure soccer people hate penalty kicks.
Right? I love watching penalty kicks.
I do too, actually. But yeah, so go Bruins tonight. Let's take a break. I think the mayor's about to jump in, so let me check in on that real quickly, and hopefully we can take the final 15 minutes with her. If not, Tyler gets more airtime. But thank you, Tyler
Newfield.
Newfield.
Give you a change.
Thank you, Tyler Newfield. Appreciate it. My name's Drew Moholland. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. Keep it here. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to Joppa Afternoon Drive. The mayor, gentlemen, will join us Thursday, Mayor Donna Holiday. We had a little something come up. She has a busy afternoon, and basically these afternoons get tight, don't they? How you doing, guys? We got Tyler back, Caleb Noble in the house. How you doing, guys?
Living the dream.
You want to say that again?
Living the dream.
Living the dream. You guys have a very important role to play when you're pinch hitting for the mayor of Newburyport.
Yes.
You guys want to act all mayoral? What would you do? What would be your first act of political world things in Newburyport? What would you do? What would you run on? What's your campaign?
Free parking for everybody down the waterfront.
Free parking at the waterfront.
Oh, that's a bold move.
He feels very passionate about that. See, that's big. You got to come out, get firing right away. No hesitation.
No hesitation.
Free parking.
I'd stop cutting down trees, I guess.
You would stop cutting down trees.
Plant more trees.
You're an earthy, crunchy man. However, you would hook it on the day after Earth Day. Well done, Tyler.
Oh, yeah.
Did you forget Earth Day? Did you miss Earth Day? Earth Day was yesterday, Tyler. No idea.
Yes.
Oh, that's funny. How's the show going, Caleb? Good?
That's good, man. We're just living the dream today, you know?
The dream.
It's beautiful out.
It's ugly out. It's not a good day. It's a bad day.
If you look, though, the
trees are doing fine?
Yeah, the buds on the trees.
If you say the trees are doing fine, I'm going to think you guys have hit up the pot shop or something down. Good Lord. Well, anyways, yes, Mayor Donna Holiday going to join us Thursday afternoon on the show, and we apologize for not having her today after I so nicely teased it, so ready to go.
False promises.
I wouldn't, that seemed a little harsh, but
I'll redact that.
yeah. But and yeah, so yeah, I don't think it's that nice out. Red Sox got. Did you hear that rain last night? Tyler was enjoying it. He's a rain guy.
Yeah.
He enjoys sleeping with the rain. You, Caleb?
You know, I love hearing the rain. I definitely heard it. I actually forgot something in my car, so I had to run out and get soaked in that process. It was
You
great.
what with your car?
Forgot something in my car last night, so I had to run out.
I left my windows down.
Oh, that's brutal.
I had to run out too. Dogs are scared of the rain, as it turns out.
No.
One of them more than the other. Forced it to go outside. Little puppy, go to the bathroom. Was like shaking and rolling around for half hour. Doesn't like the rain. Puerto Rico dog. Apparently it doesn't rain in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
But
My
the
buddy,
dog is from Puerto Rico,
Yeah.
Tyler. That's where.
No,
Yeah.
we had the Sweet Paws people come in. They take dogs from the south. Not Puerto Rico, but Puerto
Yeah.
Rico's also south.
My other
Maybe
dog's
they
the
take them
south.
there, too.
Yeah.
a little more south.
A lot of
Southern.
dogs come from the south, but sorry, Caleb, you're going to say something.
My buddy's got a boxer from Puerto Rico, actually.
Yeah, I think mine might be a little boxer, actually.
Yeah,
I think.
she's got like every medical issue possible.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we've actually had a bunch too. Like the one I got from Georgia never had anything. This one's got had all minor stuff, but like here's a pill for worms, here's a pill for whatever else. Yeah, just little stuff.
Can dogs get malaria?
Sounds like something for the Google there, Tyler. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's just a random concern out of you.
Well, and yeah, you got to take your malaria pills when you go certain places. So I thought maybe dog. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Caleb.
Tyler's band did just release a new album or a new single recently.
Not an album.
Single.
Yeah,
I heard Tyler's going solo. Did you hear that? It's causing some friction in the band.
it's not true.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
He's being a diva. Yeah.
Do you guys have a band diva? Is there a diva in the band?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah. You don't have to name them, but I kind of
It's-
watch you.
it's-
Probably isn't listening.
It's a rotating
Rotating diva.
role. Yeah,
Wow, that'll happen.
I'm the diva sometimes.
It's whoever has the longest hair in the band.
Yeah, that's a good tell. Is there a diva at this radio station? Is it me? You could say it's me. Damn. It's me.
I didn't say anything.
I know, but he gave me that look like it could be me.
Yeah,
I
I'll
think
let you decide.
I think he's just joking with me. But I don't know. Maybe I am. Are you a diva, Caleb? You're on the air now.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It depends on the day.
If it's going to be me, I'm just going to embrace it and go full-fledged diva. How can I work like this? What is this? Who writes this?
Oh, did you read it?
I did. I already read it.
Oh.
Lily, validate that. I read this twice. Once poorly, once well.
Well, it's written poorly, so that's fair.
It's not that bad.
Well, the handwriting.
Our shows are both radio and TV, available for on-demand streaming on your YouTube channel and our SoundCloud. To reach our YouTube channel, go to ncmhub.org and click on the YouTube icon on the top right of the page. No, it's not done yet. To reach our SoundCloud, go to NCM Hub and click on the cloud icon on the top right of the page. That, my friends, is written by Tyler Neufeld. That's how you do it.
It is.
Yeah, that's a blurb.
It's a blurb. So there you go. Are people doing that? You getting a lot of traction on that?
Blurbs?
No.
SoundCloud.
Oh, SoundCloud.
Stay with us here, Tyler. will
Sorry,
you?
I'm slow today. I don't think people are aware of what SoundCloud is at first.
Oh, thus the thing.
Thus that, and also because they're not aware of that, I don't think they're aware that we have one.
Mm.
So,
So what is SoundCloud?
well, what is SoundCloud?
Oh, geez, here we go. again.
SoundCloud is a music streaming
Somebody
platform
asked- is
that
this-
anyone
He did
can
this the
upload
other
any
day.
audio
Yeah,
to
this
it.
is bad.
So
One of our guests asked him this off the other day, and he started doing that. And
I lost them.
did you guys see the Seth Moulton there, congressman running for president, local guy?
I heard you say it.
That's true. I did say it already.
El Prez.
El Perez.
Yeah, press.
Running for El Prez.
You guys know? You guys already got your? How are they going to fit 20 people on the debate stand?
It's gonna be crazy. They're gonna have to, like in soccer growing up, how some people had to kneel in the front and people stay in the back.
That's yeah. For the pictures.
Yeah.
I do remember that. You know what?
Youngest to oldest or tallest to shortest.
I was never a big soccer guy. Like I play, everybody plays a little bit of soccer, right? But I never was too big on the soccer front. But oranges was the other thing I remember from youth soccer.
Dude.
Did you guys always have oranges
Only
at
the
halftime?
best. Only the best.
Only the best oranges.
Yeah.
Where were they from?
I don't know. Probably Market Basket or
Yeah.
something.
Wait, did only the best players have them, or only the best?
No, Tyler. Not only the best players at 5 years old.
Timmy, you can't have any.
Timmy, you haven't been scoring enough lately.
They're already cutting out things at that age, though. Like they're like, this is the better player. You go play in the grass. You go.
Seems
you
like
go
a
score
very
the goals.
generic comment there, Tyler.
It is.
Yes.
I'm a generic man.
Tyler Neufeld, the generic man.
Yes.
Stop and Shop strike. Speaking of produce, what a segue. That was annoying me. I live right next to a Stop and Shop, and I never realized how much I just like little stuff. I stop in there all the time, and then
You Stop and Shop?
I went twice while there was a picket line, and I wasn't going to cross it. I don't want to be that guy. So I had to turn away. Just you don't think about it, just natural. And yeah, that kind of disrupted my
Were they
life a little bit.
shaming you?
I never got out of the car.
Oh.
But a bunch of some stories about that, as you know.
I saw Ray Bork went into one. I saw a video of him.
I
blowing him.
know. You know, Ray. I actually bumped. I think I told Tyler this. And just the mayor's just trying to make her schedule work for Thursday. So hopefully we can get her. If not, we'll have somebody else. But I actually bumped into Ray. I don't know if you've heard this story. I think Tyler has. Ray used to be. I grew up with his son Chris, and used to be my little league coach back in the day.
Oh, really? That's
And I
awesome.
bumped into him at lunch like the week before, and I hadn't seen him in ages. And so we're just kind of chatting it up and reminiscing about the old days. And then I just give me a call anytime, that sort of thing. And 4 days later, of course, I see that story, and I'm like, 4 days after I bumped into him. I felt bad for him because I think he had a medical thing going on, and he said he did actually. I think.
Yeah.
I know he did. Who knows what the heck he had going on?
Yeah.
But if he needed stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of got to get in there, I don't know. I don't
Or
wanna
he
get
should
into
have
it.
worn a hood or something, sunglasses.
And I'll tell you too. One of the reporters there was meeting with a lot of those striking workers soon after that, and it was not that well received along the picket lines that he was made an example of like that. They try to picket and say to themselves, they're not really big on shaming people. That's not exactly what they want to do. And I think somebody kind of took some liberties there with the camera, and the heckling from a distance. So, but anyway, final thoughts. How's the cider?
It's good. Living the dream. We're in 12-ounce bottles now, so we're.
You did do it.
Yeah.
Congratulations. I'm sure this was mentioned on your own show, which you can hear.
Yeah. Well, it's not. It's kind of hard to get people to come in at the same time every week. So I have a lot of respect for you 2 times a week.
Yeah. Well, sometimes of year are harder than others.
Yeah.
But this is kind of a tough time because all the kids are doing stuff. Spring sports are all at the same time and all that. So, but we've been pretty good. The guests have been pretty good to me. Then again, I've known a lot of them for going back. It's tougher to start. You're just starting, so you're trying to make a lot of contacts. I have a lot of people from past radio stations and stuff. My go-to people when I'm stuck. Can you bail me out? So
Can you call in?
yeah, but anyway, all right, boys. Well, it's good to see you. Final thoughts, real quick. You get 10 seconds each.
I'll go Celtics when they play the Bucks next series. I'm looking
Well,
forward to
let's
that.
not skip over tonight's Boston Bruins action, Game 7,
yeah.
which Tyler didn't even know about.
He doesn't even watch sports,
I know.
probably.
Well, tonight he's watching this. I have given him a homework assignment to watch Game 7 tonight.
It's going to be a good one.
Better be. Could be devastating.
Could be.
Lily Doucette, thank you on the production side. David Kramer, Caleb Noble, Tyler Neufeld. I don't know what you guys are doing back there, but thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Hopefully Mayor Holiday next Thursday. If not, we'll figure something out. But sorry we couldn't make it happen today. And if we'll get her down the line. She's usually pretty good to us. So very good, gang. We'll see you Thursday. Hopefully it'll be better weather by then. My name is Drew Moholland. It's Afternoon Drive on Joppa Radio. Bye-bye now.